guys, this is Michelle Goldstein with Heart Alchemy Yoga, and today's flow will be, well, we're calling it a West Coast flow because it's just kind of got the flavor of Santa Monica, Los Angeles vibe where I live and teach. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get started and come to child's pose to start. And just make sure that you separate your knees a little bit wider than your hips and your toes come together behind you. You sit your bottom back on your heels. And just bring your awareness to your breathing. And begin to deepen your breath. In and out through your nose. Come on up to all fours, position hands and knees. And tuck your toes and lift your hips up and press yourself back to downward facing dog pose. So just make sure that your hands are at least shoulders distance apart and your feet are at least hips width apart, maybe even a little bit wider. Let the outer edges of your feet be parallel. So maybe, depending on the shape of your feet, some of you, your toes will be turned in a little bit. You push up out of your shoulders. And lift your kneecaps up so the fronts of the legs engage. And just take one more breath here. And then as you exhale, set your knees down on your mat. And sit your bottom back onto your heels. I'm actually going to roll from a brief child's pose up to Virasana. Sit up, reach the arms up, actually Vajrasana. Then exhale, the palms come together in front of your heart, and we'll turn this into a little flow. You'll plant the palms under your shoulders and lower your chest and your chin to the ground so your butt's kind of lifted up in the sky. And you'll slide up into cobra pose. Shrug the shoulders back, hug the elbows in. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Lift the hips, push the floor away from you. Deep breath here. And we'll do that again. You'll inhale the knees down. Exhale the hips back. Inhale, come to sit on the knees. Reach the arms up. And exhale the palms through the midline and down to the ground. Lower your chest and your chin. Still breathing, press to cobra pose. Good, you guys. Exhale back to downward dog. One more time. Inhale the knees down. Exhale the hips back. Inhale, roll yourself up. Reach the arms. And exhale the palms through the midline and plant them down. Good. Inhale forwards and exhale, lower the chest and the chin. Inhale, slide to cobra. Good. And exhale back to downward dog. Lift your right leg up on an inhale. As you exhale, hug the right knee into your chest, shift to plank. And inhale back, lift your right leg up. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. And one more time, lift the right leg up. And exhale, hug the right knee into your chest. And listen carefully here. From here, you're going to drop your right knee down just under your right hip. So the entire right shin lies down on the floor. And you spin your left heel flat, like you would in Warrior Two, and reach the left arm up to the sky. And then maybe take the left arm over the left ear. Maybe you look up towards your left hand. But keep the back of the neck long and be mindful that you're not gripping or forcing anything here. So if it bothers your neck at all, then you just simply look down or look forwards. And one more breath, reach through the left arm. And exhale, release your hand and knee down to the ground. On an inhale, arch your back to cow pose. And as you exhale, round into cat. And inhale, arch your back to cow. And exhale, round into cat. One more time, inhale, arch your back. And this time, exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, press back to downward dog. Inhale, drift forwards to plank. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Over the toes, come to upward dog or cobra pose. And exhale the hips back, downward facing dog. Allow your neck to soften completely and the head to drop. Good. Lift your left leg, inhale. And as you exhale, hug your left knee into your chest, shift forwards to plank. Inhale back, lift the left leg up. Exhale, hug the left knee into your chest. And one more time, lift the left leg, inhale. Exhale, hug the left knee into your chest. And set that left knee down under the left hip and spin the right heel flat. Reach the right arm up to the sky. When you're ready, maybe you take the right arm over the right ear. Good, deepest breath. Press through the outer edge of the right foot. And as you reach through the right arm, maybe you gaze upwards if it feels okay. Definitely push up out of your left shoulder so that you're not collapsing down into it. Good, you guys. One more breath. And release your hand and knee down. Again, all fours. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale, round into cat pose. And one more time, inhale, arch your back. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back to dog. And inhale to plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Good, exhale back, downward dog. And a deep breath in through your nose. And out the mouth. Step your right foot up to your hands. Set your left knee down on your mat and take the arms up for a low lunge. So sit the hips forwards a little bit. Just be mindful that you're not collapsing in the lower back, so keep the tailbone lengthening down towards the ground as you lift the pubic bone and the frontal hip points up. And in a smooth transition, you'll take the left hand down to the ground, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up, and reach the right arm up for a twist. And press the inner edge of the right foot down, and hug the right hip into the left hip, and the right knee slightly draws in towards your torso. Slightly. Be gentle with yourself. One more breath. And then release the right hand down. Step the left foot up to the front of your mat, and with your feet hips distance apart or together, inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach the arms. And exhale, the palms connect in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. And inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back to plank position and lower down for Vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Good, you guys. Exhale, back, downward dog pose. Deep breath. There's a million different ways to warm up, at least in yoga. It really doesn't matter. The real practice is the breathing. So whatever you're doing physically in your body, it is important. It's more important to do it consciously, breathing, in my opinion. Step your left foot up to your hands, but maybe worth a shot to check that out. Set your right knee down. Take the arms out for a low lunge. See, we're illuminating the process. We're illuminating what we're doing, which is quite honestly not always a pretty picture. It's not always what we want to see or what we wish was there. But we're learning to see ourselves with humility. We're learning to see ourselves truthfully, compassionately, lovingly. One more breath. And then take the right hand down and tuck the back toes and lift the left arm up as you lift the right knee into the twist. And so just to allow yourself to be who you are, breathing deeply. Once we see ourselves, then we know better, then we know how to respond and step it up from that place. Hug the left hip into the right hip. Lift the rib cage slightly, open the heart. And then take the left hand down and step your right foot up to the front of your mat. And align your feet, lengthen out, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Rise up to stand, inhale. And exhale the palms together in front of your heart. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back or jump back to chaturanga. And inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog pose. J. Krishnamurti, who I definitely recommend checking out some of his writing. One of my favorite things that he ever said was that the highest form of human intelligence is to see yourself without judgment. So when we practice yoga, the real yoga, which I'm, to be honest, not sure that I should claim privy to, but from what I understand, when we're just breathing and observing, we're not judging. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, walk or hop the feet up. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. And this time, exhale, fold in half, come all the way down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, back, down dog. So if you do catch yourself forming judgments or criticisms or putting labels on yourself when you practice, just practice observing it, and then even from that neutral place that we're going for, we can actually observe and see a judgment. Okay, so I've made a judgment, and then come back to the breath. Step your right foot up to your hands, please. Be on your back toes, come up to crescent pose. So a high crescent lunge. Square off your hips. Sit down into your right hip especially, and hug the inner thighs together as you gently, maybe you even actually keep the back knee bent a little bit. Some of you maybe lengthen out through the left heel. One more breath. Okay, and then as you exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart and step your left foot up to meet your right foot at the front of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Make sure your feet are aligned. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, step back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale back, downward dog. Step your left foot up to your hands, please. Come up to crescent pose, high crescent lunge. Square off the hips. Soften the shoulders. And just allow yourself to be in the pose as naturally as possible. So it's not natural necessarily that you would be in this posture to begin with. This is a discipline, this is a practice that requires effort. But be respectful of where your body is at in the pose today, right now, in this moment. One more breath. Maybe you sit down another inch, lift the belly in and up, and exhale the palms together at your heart. And step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Good. Bring your feet together, please. Bend your knees. Come to chair pose on an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog pose. Step your right foot up to your hands. Spin your back heel flat. Come up, warrior one pose on an inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot through to the front of your mat. Come up, warrior one on an inhale. And exhale, release the hands. Step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, back downward dog. Deep breath. On your inhale, you receive new life. And as you exhale, you let go of anything you don't need. Gracefully, lovingly, respectfully. Inhale, the heels lift. Exhale, walk or hop your feet up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees, chair pose on the inhale, and exhale, fold forwards, the legs straighten. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot up to your hands, the back heel flat. Come up, warrior one pose for a breath, and then release the hands. Step back to plank and lower down. Good. Biggest breath into up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Left foot steps through, back heel flat. Warrior one pose, come up. Sit into the left hip, and then exhale, release the hands. Step it back. Lower down. Good. Inhale up and exhale back. Deep, conscious breath. Inhale, lift your toes. Actually lift your heels, keep your toes on the ground, and exhale, walk or hop your feet up. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees to chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Make your way back for round 3, step or jump to chaturanga. Good, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot up to your hands, the back heel flat to the floor. Warrior one, inhale, come up. And exhale, let it go. Plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Step your left foot through, back heel flat, warrior one pose, inhale. Good, you guys, exhale, release. Plank, lower down. Good, inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And like you're fogging up a mirror, exhale out your mouth. And take as many mouth exhales as you need. Take as many child's pose as you need. Rest when your body needs rest. Let go when your body's ready to let go. Receive when you're ready to do that. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, walk or hop your feet up. So we'll take one more round of these. Inhale, lengthen out the Surya B. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, chair pose on the inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot through, back heel flat to the floor. Come up, warrior one. Inhale. Good, you guys. Exhale, release. Plank. Move through your vinyasa. One breath per movement. If that feels appropriate, step the left foot through. Come up, warrior one. And let it go. From your down dog, lift your right leg up. Step your right foot through to the front of your mat. Come up, warrior one. And open up to warrior two, second warrior. Personally, I like to align the front heel with the back heel. Some people like a little bit narrower stance. It's totally, really up to you. Every teacher is going to tell you something different, so you may as well listen to your inner teacher, to yourself first. Gently sit into the right hip. Soften your shoulders. In fact, everybody today, turn your palms up as a gesture of receiving and softening into the moment, to gesture of allowing life to move through us more easily. And from here, take your left foot and turn it out 45 degrees so you're in temple pose. Okay, and from here, you're going to take your hands, palms down to your thighs, just above the knees. And you can even press the thighs down and away from you a little bit. And just go ahead and drop your right shoulder. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. And inhale to center. And one more time. Drop the drop the right. And inhale to center and exhale, drop the left. And come back to center. Sit your bottom down. Float the arms out. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Then exhale the palms together at your heart. You're going to spin the right foot back out to the front of your mat. Turn your back toes in, warrior two. Then reverse your warrior on the inhale and exhale to side angle pose. I like the right hand down to either the ground or to a block on the inside of the right foot. Some of you maybe take the right elbow to the right thigh. There are lots of variations of this pose. I suggest you take the one that you love the most. Gently firm the right hip towards your left heel. So point that right sitting bone in the right hip towards your left foot, your left heel, to get deeper into the hip rotators. Point your tailbone down towards your left heel as well to start to lift the pubic bone up and get that space in the lower back. And one more breath from the outer left foot through the left fingertips, reach, and then go ahead and bring the left hand down to the ground. Come up on your back toes. You're going to step back to plank and roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Reach the right arm up for a side plank. And flex your thighs. Push the floor away from you. Breathe. Good. One more breath in. And exhale, release to plank. And either back to down dog, take a child's pose, or Vinyasa if you want it. So really allow every moment to be a great moment to check in with how you're feeling and what your body, your heart, and your mind need. Lift your left leg, inhale. And exhale, step through. Come up, warrior one. And open up to warrior two. Good, deep breath. So when I say check in with what your mind needs, I'm not speaking about the ego mind. Like definitely, you can check in with what your ego mind needs, but to be able to observe it as such is, again, that's coming back to being able to observe ourselves without judgment. When we start to witness our thoughts, then we've stepped into our power. So when we're learning really to listen more to what's happening. And that's what I mean, listening to our bodies, listening to our hearts, listening to what comes up in our minds, and then learning to respond intelligently with wisdom from a really truthful, loving place. And from here, spin your right foot out 45 degrees. Bend your knees, you're in temple pose. Soften the shoulders, and this time reach the arms up on an inhale. And then as you exhale, take your palms through the midline of your body. Sit all the way down so you can take your hands down to the ground. And see if you can grab onto your ankles with your hands. And with your elbows in by the knees, just go ahead and rock back and forth from side to side in the hips a little bit. Come back to center. Climb your hands up onto your thighs. Press your torso upright. Use your abdominal muscles for support. Take the arms out. And then press the legs straight. And turn your right toes in, your left foot out to the front of your mat. Bend your left knee. Take reverse warrior on an inhale. And then exhale, side angle pose. Just a few deep breaths here. Press the outer edge of the right foot down. Hug the left hip into center. Press all four corners of both feet actually. So definitely glue that outer right foot, but also the inner left foot, and just really all four corners of the feet as you lift the inner arches. Stabilize your pelvis. Breathe in and out through your nose. Take your right hand down to the ground. Come up on your back toes. Step to plank. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Reach the left arm up. The hips lift a lot. Just be mindful when you may potentially be collapsing into a pose. Just find the lift up out of it. Find the integrity within the form. Release to plank with either child's pose, down dog, or vinyasa. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. And go ahead and bring your feet forwards to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Interlace your fingers behind your back. And without locking your elbows, stretch your arms overhead. Come up to stand. Press the feet down to reach the arms up. And exhale the palms together in front of your heart. And stand on your right leg and come to tree pose with the left foot. So you'll take your left foot up into the right thigh, the palms together in front of your heart. Keep the frontal hip points lifted. If you want to, you could reach the arms up. If you want more, you can shift your gaze upwards. Some of you maybe close your eyes to play with the balance, which can be a very humbling experience. So be willing to not take it too seriously. It's just a yoga practice, which is important, obviously, I believe, but there's something way bigger happening, like the cosmos, for example. There's something so huge. Okay, and then from here, bring the palms back together in front of your heart, and bring your left knee to center. So we're coming from an external rotation to neutral with that left hip. Okay, and from here, you'll extend the left leg back for a quick warrior three pose. And just take a moment, find the balance, flex the left foot, lift the rib cage in and up. And then just gently release the right fingertips down to the ground. And reach the left arm up to the sky for half moon pose. Definitely use a block if it helps you. Be willing to fall and smile. Whatever you do, breathe. It's actually kind of a relief. It's actually a huge relief once we allow ourselves to be human. Because that's what we are, you know, we're human. And once we allow that, then we've automatically cultivated humility and grace and connection to humanity. Take one more breath. And step your left foot straight back behind you. Step back to warrior two. And this time press your right leg straight and reach forwards for triangle pose. Draw the right hip into the midline of your body. So the right hip may want to collapse out to the right, but hug it into center and secure your abdominal wall. So the entire abdominal wall flexes without gripping. Slide the shoulders down the back. Maybe take the left arm over the left ear for a few breaths, and from the outer left foot through the left fingertips, lengthen and reach. And come up to warrior two pose as you inhale. And exhale, circle the hands to your mat. Step back to plank position and lower down. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, back, downward dog. And then from here, step your right foot, so still working the right leg here, up to the front of your mat, and come to standing splits. So just keep the hips level in this particular practice of standing splits today. Flex the left foot, get a little length and a little space, especially through the spine. Flex the left foot, and set your left foot down next to your right at the front of your mat. Come up to stand with a flat back, reach the arms up, and bring the palms together in front of your heart. Good. And then from here we'll take tree pose on the other side. So you'll take your right foot to your left thigh. Take the shoulder heads back, and if you want to, you could take the arms up. And if you enjoy playing with the balance, you can try lifting your gaze upwards or closing your eyes. Keep the left leg engaged. So it's that same thing with, you don't want to collapse into the left hip. So flex the left quad and gently press the left inner thigh into the right foot. palms meet in front of the heart. You bring your right knee to center so you come to neutral with the hips. And we'll extend the right leg back to warrior three. You're welcome to keep your left knee bent, by the way, in this pose if it helps you. We're just here for a moment. But hug the belly and flex the right foot, and then release your left fingertips to the floor or to a block under the left shoulder. Reach the right arm up. Flex the right foot a lot. Hug the belly in. And shoulders away from the ears. One more breath here. Okay, and step your right foot straight back behind you. Come to warrior two pose. Bend straighten your left leg. Actually, it was already bent. Reach forwards into triangle pose. The left fingertips can grab a block, which I think is a very useful tool. Or maybe you grab your left shin or the ground with your left hand. Right arm over the right ear. Grab that side stretch. So root the feet down to get the stretch in the middle and upper back. And then come up to warrior two as you inhale. And exhale, release the hands. Step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog, please. And step from here, your left foot up to your hands, and we'll just finish this sequence with standing splits. You'll lift the right leg up, flex the right foot, shoulders away from the ears. Just do a scan of your body. Where can you gather a little space? Where can you engage a little bit to bring a little more integrity? Or can you relax? Set your right foot down next to your left at the front of your mat. And come up to stand. With a flat back, reach the arms up. Exhale the palms together in front of your heart. And inhale, the arms reach up. We'll take the last vinyasa here. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. And inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back, downward dog. And from here, just go ahead and set your knees down on your mat. Stand up on your knees. So we're setting up for camel pose or strasana. You can keep your toes tucked under if you have any kind of lower back issues, or if you want to stretch the tops of your feet, which is actually a really nice stretch, I think, or tops of the feet down. Lots of cat tilt with the pelvis, so the tailbone lengthens down. Shoulder blades come together onto the back. And lift your chest up. Press the shoulder blades together and up into the back of the lungs. Maybe you start to reach your hands back for your feet. Just remember, it's never worth throwing your back out over, so just be really intelligent about the way that you practice. And just one more breath. Here. Come on up. Cross your ankles behind you, sit back on your bottom. And come to sit with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. Grab opposite elbows if you can with your hands. Round through your back a little bit to counter stretch the back bend. And extend through your spine, straighten the right leg in front of you. And take the right foot over the left thigh to the ground on the outside of the right foot. Pardon me, take the left foot over the right leg. That's it. Reach the left arm up and back behind you. And reach the right arm up and over the left knee. Now flex the right foot. And when I say knee, I actually mean thigh, because you don't want to put any pressure on your knees ever, or any joint actually for that matter. So just bear that in mind, that we want the joints to maintain their mobility and also their integrity. So a soft bend, no pressure on the joints. Lift the heart up as you press the sitting bones down, and spiral into the twist, and then come back to center and stay just like this, only now we're going to take the left knee and slide it on top of the right knee for half Gomukhasana. So that left heel is going to come up towards your right hip. It may or may not touch completely, it doesn't matter. If your left knee is way up high in the sky and it's pretty uncomfortable, then you could take Janu-Shirshasana here. We're going to take a hamstring stretch. But if you can stack the knees, it'll get you more into piriformis and the outer hip, which is kind of what we're going for. Reach the arms up and fold forwards. But if it's really uncomfortable or painful, it's just not worth it, is my take on that. Life is really challenging enough and it's short enough that it's worth making any efforts to enjoy it whenever possible, especially in our yoga practice, where we have the power to adjust the dials. Then press yourself up. Okay, and then from here we're going to take one quick double pigeon. So you'll take your left ankle on top of your right, just above the kneecap. Bend the right knee and flex both feet. And you're going to bring the left knee on top of the right ankle. So the shins stack, the knees are stacked. So it's not like lotus where you bring the heels in towards your hips. Stack the shins without being neurotic, but be as precise as you can while you're still being gentle and human. Reach the arms up. And then some of you are going to fold forwards. Now some of you, your left knee is going to be way up in the sky still, so that's okay. You're still opening your hips. I like to put a little pressure on the left, just inside the knee, like just below the knee joint, onto the leg to help weight it down, this stretch. If you have a block, you could rest your head on a block here. It might feel nice. And just move into the sensations that you're feeling with the eye of your awareness and your breathing. And press yourselves up and straighten your left leg in front of you, bend your right knee, and take your right foot to the floor on the outside of the left leg, flex the left foot, reach the right arm up and back behind you, left arm over the right thigh, and take a twist. One more breath here. Come back to center. And either half Gomukhasana with the right knee on top of the left knee, or Janu Shirshasana with the right foot on the inside of the left leg. We're going to fold forwards from here. So reach the arms up, get the torso long and the sitting bones grounded, and fold forwards. Another couple of deep breaths into what you're feeling. Watch any words or labels or judgments that come up. Just observe them and remember that they are not the truth. They're just words and thoughts and judgments. Come on up. And take your right ankle on top of your left, just above the kneecap, left leg. Bend the left knee. You're setting up for double pigeon. The shins are parallel. Align yourself, reach the arms up, and if you can, fold forwards, do that. So the nature of truth, like a good cross-reference for truth, is the nature of truth is always love. So if it's coming from a loving place, then you know that it's true. And the one thing that is most certainly the greatest truth of all is this moment right now. This moment where you are right now is the truth. And so to just experience it and feel it and immerse in it is to experience and feel and immerse in our power. And press yourself up. And bring the soles of your feet together, the knees drop open. And come forwards onto the sitting bones a little bit. If you can, fold forwards, definitely do that. And we'll take Baddha Konasana for a few breaths. Get some space around your neck so the shoulders slide down the back. And then roll yourself up. And now we're going to take Upavishta Konasana, so the legs wide apart. Flex the feet, flex the thighs, and if you're rounding in the lower back, make sure that you just practice sitting upright to get extension in the lower back. And if you can, maybe walk your hands forwards and fold forwards for a few. Walk yourself up. So if you're feeling at home like you want to linger in any of these poses for a little bit longer than I'm teaching them for, then please do that. Please do that. Take your time here. Bring the legs together. Come forwards onto your sitting bones, reach the arms up, and fold forwards. Because I know how it is, you know, when I'm working on something, I'm in a spot and I'm releasing something, it's better to take my time and just be with that than to rush through it or to abandon it because a teacher is moving on. It's way better, I think, to listen inwards and really get what we came here for, what we came to our mats for, our practice. From here, you'll roll yourself up and scoot your bottom down a little bit towards like the lower third of your mat. Come onto your back and take your feet to the floor over your head for a quick plow and shoulder stand. Walk your shoulder blades together onto your back. Make sure that you keep your neck straight, so you're just looking straight forward. You're not turning the head in any direction. Just looking upwards. Well, you actually are turning it in a direction, and it's straight forwards. You're not turning the head from side to side. And maybe support your back with your hands and lift your legs up for a shoulder stand. Spread your toes. I usually keep a little bit of a bend in the hips in this pose, which helps give me a little more space in my neck, which I think is very important. Go ahead and bend your knees by your ears. And lower yourself all the way down to your back. When you get to the floor, put your feet on the floor, and with your knees bent, go ahead and lift the hips up and walk the shoulder blades back down the back and together, and interlace your fingers behind your back for bridge. Just one quick bridge pose to counter stretch your shoulder stand. And press the inner edges of the feet down to lift the hips up, and then unroll your shoulders and come onto your back. And hug your right knee into your chest, your left leg straight. We'll take one final twist here. Right arm to the floor next to you, right knee twists over to the left. Actually, the right knee doesn't twist, but the spine does, and the right knee comes to the floor. Come back to center. And hug your left knee into your chest, your right leg straight. And take a twist. The left arm to the floor next to you. Take the right knee towards the left side of your body. Back to center. And just one happy baby pose. Grab the outer feet with your hands. Press your tailbone down to the ground. Draw your knees down by your sides. your arms and your legs to the floor and come for Shavasana. It's really important to take this time to allow your body to rest and integrate the benefits of the work that you just did. Feel free to lay here for as long as you like. When you are ready, bend your knees and roll to your side and press yourself up to sit. And close your eyes. And just practice being the witness. So you just observe yourself without judgment. Just see the moment and the experience, and that's it. You just see it. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Lift your heart and bow to your highest self, bow to your inner teacher. Namaste, everybody. Namaste. Thank you so much for your efforts. Thank you so much for practicing to this video. Please subscribe to our Heart Alchemy Yoga channel. We're posting up more and more videos on a regular basis with more teachers coming on board soon as well. So namaste. Thank you.